Welcome to Channel Devonity, the only show where a bunch of less than desirables play Dungeons and Dragons with mostly country folk accents and a penchant for a cheeky cider. Ooh, arr. We're super excited to finally show you what we've been wanting to do since the blasted COVID hit. We're not affiliated with anyone or anything. This is something we wanted to do off our own backs, and we're just normal people, just like you at home, playing Dungeons and Dragons. So first, some thank yous. So thank you to each and every one of you guys. Without you, this wouldn't be possible. Nads, audio genius, thank you so much for sorting that out.
Genius is a very strong word.
Yeah.
Audio
relatively.
Chrissy, David, thank you so much for all of your input. David and Costa, lovely by the way, Chrissy, loved them.
Thank you. I did. I'm well.
Addison, Jono, thanks so much for all of your efforts as well. It's been fantastic, and all of the contributions you've been making. Especially yourself, Jono, as you have been, contributing some of the equipment. So thank you very much for that.
No problem.
And thank you at home for taking the time to actually bother watching this first episode. Hopefully you'll shine? No, that's not right. Hopefully you're warm to us and you'll want to keep watching and, well, you can just join the ride. So, some little things first to get off my chest. This is the first episode of our first campaign, and we have some house rules. So if you think partway through this, bloody hell, that's not right, that's not how they do that, geez, Governor, that's fine, keep that to yourself. So we don't want to be told how your rules go or the official rules go. This is our house rules. For example, our resurrection mechanics are different. It's more unforgiving on mistakes. And we may take artistic freedom when it comes to certain scenarios. We might make them a bit more cinematic. Basically, just enjoy the ride. And with that in mind, let's meet the cast.
My name's David Atkins. I am a ranger in this campaign, and his name is Viatora.
Hello. I'm Chrissy Marshall, and I'm playing the Paladin Fenrir.
Hello, I'm Neverwinter Nads, and I am playing the Goblin Rogue Mosschops Flint.
Hello, I'm Chris, and I'm playing Zeal, who is a cleric.
Hello, I am Addison Radford. I will be playing a sorcerer called Norman Talguy, and he is a completely normal guy.
Very convincing.
And I am your Dungeon Master, Chris Valiance. And with that in mind, let's play Dungeons and Dragons. Welcome to Caledon. The year is 537 of the Awakened Era. This continent is divided by mountainous terrain and several political monarchs of power. The Colonial Empire is a collection of city-states, each with their own monarchy, formerly united under Emperor Eldril Clovistaxia Coloni III. But only in the last 20 years has it been ruled by his rather impervious son, Emperor Ronford Clovistaxia Coloni I. The empire stretches to the western shores and ports of Dahun, thriving on the trade treaties of the Nordskirian dynasty and the Vavuskin Free States. Far north beyond the Dragonsmoor Mountains lies the huge frozen region known as the Wildlands. The Nordskirians thrive here in the cold wastes and are a hardy people, fighting back great behemoths and wild beasts in the bitter cold temperatures. It is here that Emperor Romford Coloni has hit an injunction in his plans for extending the sovereign state. Queen Sabella Asloga Osperket, the Empress of the Northmen, is that very blockade. Batting away Romford's marriage proposal to unite the nations, the Emperor of Colonia has begrudgingly agreed on trade between their nations, in part due to the war with the southern Bavushkins that has left them with a weakened military might, and forced the young Stag Lord of Calamus to halt further expansion. The Queen of the North stands guard over the relics from the God War that left the central Nordskirian lands battle-scarred and crippled. Southward, the deep elven ancestors that once ruled the sovereign state of Colonia are unsettled by their lack of acknowledgement while guarding the endless vast lunar glade and the world tree, a direct link to Acacia and the rebirthing cycle of the soul weave. So much so, in fact, that since the last 25 years a great rift has been set in motion between Colonia and the lunar glade. No longer can a Colonian walk freely in the woods without fear for their lives. Further south, the Vuvescan Sky Lords harbour a dark curse of blood magic and sacrifice while maintaining their floating empires in the sky. 200 years prior, the Vuvescans split from the Colonial Empire and declared independence, a collection of merchants and wizards of high standing transgressing to the southern reaches of Dahun, where they began recovering godlike relics of immense power. The Sky Lords sit atop their floating cities of power, giving patronage to the lucky few who can call their floating paradises home, while those in the beneath lands look to appease their sky gods with gifts of godlike relics, hoping to win favour enough to be invited to reside in these wondrous palaces. However, our story begins in the territory of the Cradle, within the boundaries of the Vuvescan Free State, where common people reside in the beneath settlements. Under the rule of the current Sky Lords, 7 lords who have now, if legend believes, have lived for over 200 years, enjoy a continued reign, but the people of the beneath, still feeling the effects of the last war between Colonia, suffer and toil from day to day. Tensions are high. The Free State takes a tithe from your earnings, decrees that you worship the gods that they deem acceptable, and in return you're allowed to exist in the sandy dunes of Vuvesca. The Beneath, however, houses 5 cities, each having a ruling lord and lady, and in turn this has caused a great rift between the Sky Lords and their benefactors. Tensions are strained between the Vuvescans as the recent end of war has caused the chafing of any midlander to these parts. The Sky Guard patrol the borders resolutely. Worship of gods not deemed acceptable by Vuvescan law is imprisonable, though the skulking pantheon is tolerated in this part of Caledon. Military forces have begun to position themselves far north for the Pallid Steppes and the Thousand Teeth Mountains, suggesting to common folk something is causing the Sky Lords to feel nervous. The stench of another impending war with Colonia is in the air. You, my friends, are all ordinary people, caught up in extraordinary times. The real story is how you deal with living in this time of strife, and what you become because of it. Remember the age-old quote, it's not the destination, it's the journey.
Hopefully none of us died.
That's not the destination.
And now we have that long intro out of the way.
Yeah.
We can go to another one.
Yes!
We begin in the dusk of night. The 2 moons, Oberon and Calhassus, burn in an eerie red glow, casting a warmth over the crooked buildings of Little Nook. Each of you have travelled to this town with hopes of boarding the fabled flying machine, the explorer vessel, the Gypsy Endeavour. Its destination, the grand city of Bast. It's here, in Little Nook, within the confines of the Raven's Rest Inn, that weary travellers rest up delight in the honest home cooking of its proprietor, and sleep in one of the modest rooms, ready for the morning's boarding at the crooked fixture's skyport. The tavern door swings open, releasing a cacophony of bardic music as 3 individuals step inside. The place is crowded and smoke-filled. Patrons talk in low voices, but the sheer volume of folk causes a ruckus. It is Voyage Eve after all, and you assume this always attracts the crowds into the Raven's Rest Inn. You notice various patrons eating a soup that's served from an upside-down turtle. Well, a turtle shell, not a full turtle. That'd be mean.
Incredible balance.
Yeah, fantastic balance. The ground floor is taken up by the tavern's common room, a huge open area with a large roaring hearth. The heat warming your bones already. In total you can see 3 floors, each filled with busy diners and drinking patrons. They're entertained by the high-voiced ballads of the wondrous minstrels that are being held afloat by ropes and wearing raven wings strapped to their backs in the common, entertaining the crowds. This is the fabled singing raven choir you've all heard about. A spiral staircase leads to the upper floors in the central common room, skewered whole fowl and hog roast sizzled in a spit above the fireplace. A burly stout dwarf with red dashing hair and an even more extravagant, if unkempt beard, turns the long metal pike to quench the meats every other moment, while barking orders to kitchen staff as ladies wearing red silks saunter with dishes and tankards in hand. Dolana, bring me another hog's leg. This one's almost done. Right, yeah, Higgriff. I'll do that right after I do everything else too, eh? Higgriff grunts as Dolana spins around another rowdy patron, disappearing into the back, a tuft of her blonde hair left behind in her wake before disappearing behind the doorway to the kitchen. You catch sight of more barmaids, dashing from table to table, the door slamming behind you, trapping the stench of evening meaty fats and pipe smoke inside. As one red, silken-covered barmaid spills past, she stops in her stead, turning to greet you. Sun-kissed skin and a happy beaming smile sent your way as she looks each of you over, one by one. Please, the 3 of you, describe yourselves.
I'm 6'3", skinny, white hair shaven on one side. It's got sort of explorer clothing, but slightly more fancy. It's just a waistcoat with an overcoat and breeches and socks with walking boots on. I have a couple of leather tubes on my back that have maps cases in, and I have a heavy crossbow and a rapier as well. And that's about it.
Fenrir is another tall man as well. He's standing proud with his beautiful leathers and beautiful chainmails, which he takes exquisitely good care of. You'll notice him every so often, kind of taking out creases in his leather and making sure his chainmail's sitting nicely. He's got beautiful blonde braided hair, which he's kept back and kept looking quite nice for now. And he wields a huge, eye-catching hammer, which he also keeps meticulously shiny when it's not maybe covered in someone else's blood. And he's very happy to have just walked into a pub.
Moss Chops is very small. He, at first glance, all you can see is a deep red cloak and hood, and he's carrying a kind of tattered leather knapsack with him. And poking out from from under his cloak, you can see some very soft leather boots, very well worn and well travelled. And as he looks around, you see these big eyes peering out from under this hood, and then he tentatively starts taking his hood off, and he's got a long undercut. It's really long on top, and it goes from dark purple and fades into pink to the end of his hair. and he's got the most cute cherubic, just like baby face. He's got like this little button nose and these really cute little tusks that kind of like jut up from his bottom jaw. But it's when he opens his mouth that you realise he's not quite as cute as he looks.
Okay, the barmaid looks over you both, and both, all three of you. She always misses one of you because
Yes,
you're so
I'm
short.
very, very short.
Table for three, eh? Let me see. And she carries, you see, it's like a platter with some empty tankards on it. And she looks over for a moment. You can see that the place is absolutely heaving. There's elves, there's dwarves, there are humans, you name it. There's probably one of those races in here this night. They don't all look like adventurers. They look like standard patrons. They look like peasants. They look like individuals. They look like men and women. They're just average people here. But the place is heaving. She glances over her shoulder towards the common room and goes, yeah, it's heaving here tonight, I'm afraid. You see, it's always the same on Voyage Eve, and it happens once every month. Everyone who wants to make a different life in Bass, this is where they head. And, well, we run off our feet, and it's bloody noisy, and frankly, I hate it here. But anyway, less of me. So, table for three. I think there's one at the back here, if you don't mind sharing. Is that okay?
That is absolutely okay with us. Thank you very much. Don't let us make your evening any more difficult.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay, this way, follow me.
Don't speak to many women.
So she begins to...
Signing up proper static walking in the corner.
She gives you a bit of a strange look, but you know, she's seen all types this night. She kind of shrugs like, yeah, it's all the same. And she begins to like sort through the crowd and ducking and diving between busy patrons who are coming back and forth from the bar with fresh tankards of ale. And she looks over your way and says, well, what can I get you? An ale, selection of meats. We just got a hog on the roast, actually. It should be about done in a few minutes, at least if Higriff doesn't burn the thing again with his boasting and inability to yabber on. Oh wait, her, and she just spots on the table there's still some empty plates and empty mugs, and she begins to gather them up. Let me give his issue back to the kitchen, and I'll be right back. Hold that thought. And with that, she quickly slips past all the other patrons of the tavern and narrowly sidestepping a drunken half-orc as he collapses into a nearby chair, beer gut hanging over his breeches. You can hear the sounds of gamblers yelling and drunken adventurers singing rowdy songs, and this nearly drowns out the off-key strumming of a young bard only a few tables across from you. Small families hustle together in the corners of the inn. It seems an abundance of the ilk have gathered here this night, ready to set sail in the very skies in hopes of a better life beyond the dust hollow. There, in front of the three of you, you see two individuals already sat at that same table. Will you both describe yourselves to the three?
You go first.
Zeal is a human, and he is wearing a dark purple cloak, or like I'd say an overcoat or coat type thing. And he is sat kind of really quite relaxed in the chair, something like that. And leaning back, ale on the table, seem to be kind of completely lecturing the person next to him. For some reason, having some weird chat with him. He's very odd. To his side, you can see this pack, which has had this massive, fabulous hat with lovely feathers on it, and a shield of a curious design leaning to the side. And that's about it.
Yeah. Normand is also definitely a human. There is nothing else that he could possibly be. Standing at 6'1", he is incredibly rotund. Big old chubbo. Pretty pale skin, considering this is an arid desert region. There's a big mane of bushy ginger hair and an equally big and bushy ginger beard. He's got at his side another pack of adventuring goodies, pots and pans hanging off the side and the like. And leaning on that is a nice long wooden staff. His clothing is simple traveller's clothing, normal overcoat, nothing fancy. And he is transfixed at this bizarre liquid on the table in front of him. The mysterious substance known as ale, his first one in his entire life, which is impressive considering he is apparently 30 years old. At least that's what he said he was.
Is it supposed to taste like this?
Well, it depends where you get it from. I mean, I'm saying this is the best ale I've ever had, but it ain't bad. I mean, it's one of those drinks you gotta kind of get a taste for. Nobody likes ale when they start drinking ale. I mean, it takes like a bit before you actually start tasting it, and then you go, it's not bad.
Okay, now what do I do when I want a second one?
Well, we get the barley to get us another.
Okay. How do we do that?
Well, she'll be here in a minute, I'm sure she'll be.
Okay, what do we do in the meantime?
We chat about things.
Right.
This is a tavern, I mean, there's all kinds of interesting things going on around here.
Right.
I mean, there's some guys over there dicing. I might have a go myself in a minute. There's that bard over there, I don't know what he's singing, but it's probably the worst song I've ever heard. But it's an interesting place. I mean, it's better than that desert we were in.
Oh my god, so much better than the desert. There was no walking skeletons in here trying to bite my
None that we've
chest
seen
open.
so far, but yeah.
What? You
Well,
said there could be
yeah,
more?
You get all sorts in this place. I mean,
Oh.
everyone's travelling to wherever, aren't they, really? So you never know.
I don't want to die again.
Right, we'll get another ale, no worries, we'll get one.
You see a skeleton in a top area. Are you in? So you see these two individuals having a chat, and the three of you are stood before the table that's been offered to you. 3 chairs that the barmaid has nicely positioned, ready for you to sit within.
Excuse me, gentlemen, you don't mind if we sit down here, do you?
Oh my god, you're massive.
Oh, thank you very much, sir. Not a small man yourself.
I like him. Can they come and sit with us?
Well, I see no reason why not.
You can sit down.
Fenrir very heavily sits down and puts his hammer down next to him. Come on then, chaps. Looks like we've found a place to sit for the evening.
I sit down and I'm like, oh god, I killed it. That's terrible. Oh, there's no women around when I'm from.
Maybe, my good friend, this could be a good opportunity for you to maybe blow the dust off those cobwebs.
Oh god, I squeaked. I actually squeaked.
You did squeak. Luckily for you, I don't think it's the strangest thing she's seen all evening, so maybe have another go when she comes back and offers us a drink.
This place is just filled with normal guys. Like, it's just
How did you know my name?
You'll have to ignore my new friend here. He seems to struggle in social situations, shall we say. But
I've had a lot of that today, don't worry. Normally it is a bit. You're a bit new to things, aren't you, Norm?
Yes. Hello, I'm Normand.
Between you and me, I think he took a hit to the head at some point.
alright. Dear Torin.
I just learned we're meant to shake the hands when we grasp them.
Very nice.
nice to meet you, my friend. My name is Fenrir. Give him a good strong shake.
This looks awesome on the camera.
Because I'm completely socially inept, I just try climbing over him to shake your hand. I'm just like,
Oh, mine are drinks, mate.
hi.
Yeah, hi. I think you need an ale as well. Where is that barmaid gone?
You kind of cast a quick glance down to the.
Oh, this is
lens.
Zeal.
He's real? What?
Oh, he's called Zeal.
Oh, I thought you said he was real.
Is he not?
But you're a normal guy.
Let's go. Just
I'm definitely going to need a few more ales.
yes.
You cast a casual glance down to the centre of the common room, and you can see that a lot of the barmaids look very busy at this time. But just coming back at that moment is the same barmaid that greeted you. And just as she heads to your table, you see her fastening her hair back in a ponytail before slipping a pencil from behind her ear. And in her other hand, she brings up like a binding of parchment. Okay, so what can I get you then?
Another round of ales for us here, and whatever you find general want as well.
I'm happy with a tankard of ale. What can I get you, Moss Joss, my little friend?
Oh my god, there was another one!
Did you not spot him?
There's a lot of people in here! So small!
It is very busy, my friend, but
I
don't
told
you worry.
you, people come in various different sizes. I mean, we're not all big and wide.
I see the area that Moss Chops has trying to sit at the bench because he's so small. And a woman, heavily pregnant, behind us stands up, and I just whip the pillow out from underneath her and move it onto her. just place him onto it.
So as the heavily pregnant woman sits back down, just adjusting herself, she suddenly realises the pillow's gone. She takes like a glance over her shoulder and just can't understand where the pillow's gone. And for a little moment, you think she's perhaps thinking the pillow sank.
Yes.
But then she readjusts herself and just looks very confused. Whiskey, right. Okay, so 2 ales, whiskey.
Are you old enough to drink?
Yes. I mean, we don't ask questions really this late at night, and he's got a little bit of a temper on him. So, I mean, now you've put the question in my head. Is he old enough to drink?
Not enough! Don't worry, my lady, I can assure you that my good friend here is of course able to drink.
Right, I'll take that as your word.
Thank you very much. One whiskey from my friend, and I'll have the largest, tastiest tankard of ale that you have in the house. Thank you very much.
Okay, camera right up.
Ale.
Right, ale. Okay.
It's better than last time.
What are food? Fresh meats. We got berries, we got fruits. What takes your fancy? Hog, we're literally roasting at the moment in the pipe, so anything I can help you with.
A hog roast. Sounds amazing.
Hog roast.
I mean, I'll definitely have some. I don't know about my acquaintances here.
Oh, I think just give us a little
same.
bit of everything. It sounds like everyone's hungry.
Okay,
Yes.
same again? Okay.
Everything.
Right. Okay, bear with me. I'll be right back. And then she sort of spins on her foot and just disappears into the rather large amount of people.
I'm just going to leave you over to being told again. She was giving me the eyes, mate.
Oh yeah.
I think you're in there.
Oh, she thinks I'm an idiot. I can feel it.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yes. No. I don't like it in here. So many people.
Yeah, it's rather busy tonight. I mean, she did say when we came in, it's like, this is the night that everyone wants to go travelling and whatnot, so...
Where's my fucking whiskey?
Oh, calm down, friend. There's no need to get angry. We're in a nice tavern here, having a lovely time.
You notice from the corner of your eye a very large ogre just peers over as you raise your voice and goes back to his drink.
Sweat just pouring down Moss Chop's face. He's looking very, very worried.
I want to go out on a limb here and say that you lot have had a bit of a trouble travelling here. You seem very flustered and not at all relaxed, shall I say.
It was an interesting adventure, wasn't it, boys?
Could have gone slightly better.
Could have gone slightly better, yeah. On our travels to Little Nook, we discovered a man and his young daughter in distress. What should have been a simple task of fixing his car.
No, let me guess. They're evil.
Oh, well, actually, these two were okay. It was the monsters in possession of the
crazy.
poor little girl's toy that we had to fight and nearly lose our friend to.
Oh, hang on. You fought a toy? What?
What is toy?
Oh, this is going to take more explaining than I can think of. It's like a thing that kids have that they play with.
What is kid?
Like him, but not green and small.
Oh.
Oh, small, but yeah, not angry. Not angry. Most of the time.
Sometimes angry.
Yeah, it depends on the kids.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on your story.
Oh, well, that was about it, really. We did what we had to do. We fixed the man's cart. We reunited the young girl with her favourite toy, and they kindly brought us to Little Nook.
Happy ending, that's always good. Yeah, we kind of went into a desert and got attacked by skeletons.
It put a hole in me.
Yeah, that wasn't a good time.
I died for a bit.
I must say, you're looking fairly well.
Yeah, I
The
think.
magic man cured my gaping chest wound.
Yeah.
You two must be quite good friends. That's very
Oh
good of
no,
you.
I just bumped into him on the road.
I have known him for about 5 minutes.
That's a bit longer than that, but yeah. Yeah, like I said, Normie is, well, I don't know what's happened to him, but he's not entirely with it, if you know what I mean. But he's learning, aren't you, Norm?
Yes.
At that moment, the barman comes back. Okay, ales, and a whiskey for the little one. And you meet to be right with you. Right back. And she disappears, spins on her heels, and heads back towards the.
Right, this
crowd.
time, sip it. Take your time with it, enjoy it.
I see you're saying about you, but I'd imagine you're a social drinker?
I feel better now.
Good. Next time, we'll get you that whiskey quicker.
Hello.
So are you gentlemen here for the flight?
Oh, the big thing in the sky.
Yes, the balloon.
I wasn't here for it originally, but now I really want to go on it.
Have you got a ticket?
What is ticket?
Yeah, we were working on that bit. I've got passage, kind of, but Normie seems to want to come with me, and well, I'm not sure I'm going to get him on there yet, but we'll figure something out.
This is Barbara from the back of the bar. She's like, minutes. And she disappears back into the kitchen.
I'll take it you fine gentlemen are going to Bast as well?
Yes. I'd quite like to take some drawings of the place.
Right. Pornographic drawings?
No, topography.
I have no idea what the fuck that is, but there we go.
Features of the land.
Oh, maps!
Yes.
Why don't you just say maps?
I'm a cartographer, you see.
What? You work on carts?
Yes.
You have a lot of jobs, my friend. What about you there? The strapping young lad.
Oh, thank you very much. Travelled down from far up north. This is the furthest south I have ever been. I would just like to see as many places as I can, meet as many people as I possibly can, see some sights that have never been seen. I'm just lucky that I bumped into these two gentlemen along the way, and I think they will be very good travel companions given what we've been through so far, and just about come out alive, eh, Moss Chops?
You did get rather close at one point.
Yeah, the dangerous roads, this place. Very dangerous roads.
Yes.
Drew also died for a bit.
Yeah, it hurt.
Yeah, you got to look after yourself, mate, out on this place. Verushka is not the most friendly of places for travellers, it's got to be said.
Well, them people we met in the car, they were alright.
Yeah.
They were. Not everyone is a bad person.
It was the little...
The child, yes. Oh no, the fey creatures that attacked us, yes.
Yes,
Fake
those
creatures.
Yes.
Oh, it is interesting.
Dusty creatures.
Yeah, my eyes still itch.
Yeah, as do
Yeah.
mine, yes.
Our eyes meant to itch.
No, my
No.
friend. No, they are not.
If they're not itching, that's usually a good sign.
The barmaid comes back to the table then with, she said, another platter, and you see the 3 whiskers that you ordered on it. And she places the one platter down, and on the other platter she's carrying the other hand in her amazing balancing act. She begins to place the meats and the hot food and the berries onto the table in general for a big pick and mix, really. Sorry about the wait, and as you can see, busy as usual, so difficult to get this here out quick. But we got there in the end. When you're ready to pay for the food, you just go and see Higriff over there at the bar there.
Thanks very much, my love.
Are you-
By the way, my friend over there wants to have a word with you.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Now's your time.
Do you know where one could perchance purchase a ticket for the airship?
A ticket on the eve of the voyage.
Yes.
Most people have already picked their ticket up at this time. I honestly, I don't know. Your best bet is to, you're in a crowded tavern. I would say your best bet's to ask around. Maybe someone's got a ticket that would be willing to
Ask
sell
her
it.
out!
She looks over a little bit like, sorry? What, you want another ale, is that?
He said, ask her out.
Oh.
I think to him.
So wait, let me get this straight. This gentleman wants to ask this gentleman, why don't you just do it?
I think this has gone horribly wrong.
I think it has.
I think we'll stick to the ticket.
Okay, the ticket. Right, the ticket. I'll ask around, see if anyone here is looking to sell a ticket. I would suggest you do the same. Voyage Eve, most people are here purely for the travel. You don't get through the Dust Hollow unless you go far down south to Hedeska, and that's a lot of time to waste. I would suggest that you, if you can get a ticket from somewhere, it's your best bet to get through the Dust Hollow safely. You don't want to travel through there, not by foot. It's not going to be good.
Thank you very much for your insightful help. Much appreciated.
Yeah, thanks again for that. Sorry about the...
No. Enjoy your time. My name's Trish, by the way.
Thank you very much.
As she leaves, I just want to be like, you're a beautiful princess!
Let's get it across again. Well, I think we need to work on that, but it was a good attempt, I
I've been
suppose.
trying to say it for so long.
Good thing about the world, there's plenty of taverns and there's plenty of barmaids, so...
Technically, you are doing better every time. There was more than one word in that sentence.
I mean, she didn't run away, so...
I'm sweating quite a lot.
Oh,
Try
I
not
get
to
that
put you
too.
through any more this evening.
You should try a whiskey or free.
You see as Mostrops is just gently nursing the last one. 3 empty
Yes, I will, thank you.
glasses.
Yes, I will, thank you. I just put my finger in it and like, yes, that's whiskey.
If you're going to attempt, are you going to attempt to stop him from... it's entirely up to you.
Did you just put a finger in?
Yeah, I just put my finger in, just like, yes, thank you. And just carry, just like, we better find our friend, the normal guy.
Are you drunk already?
Yes. The normal guy, a ticket. If he's to accompany us, surely.
Do we have a ticket?
Yes, I have a ticket. You mentioned on the trip you
Yes,
had.
you have
Do you have a ticket? That's good.
And our small friend, Moss Chops, Mossy for short, has also got a ticket.
Oh yeah, I've got a ticket anyway, like...
Yes, he has
Normal
it.
guy.
But our normal friend, Norm, for short, has not got a ticket.
Well, our lovely barmaid, Trish.
The dish.
Trish the dish.
You know, that was running through my head and I thought, no, I won't say that in another tone.
Our lovely barmaid, Trish, did insinuate that we might be lucky on Tonight of All Nights if we maybe go around and have a little chat.
I'm going to warn you now, it's probably going to come at a bit of a price. I can't see many people wanting to sell tickets this close at a decent price. But
Okay, I have many shiny, clicky gold things to give.
how many exactly?
I have 80.
Yeah, that might be enough. In fact, they're probably more than enough, but... Well... Shall we ask around?
I think we should get acquainted.
Yeah, you ask around. I would like to make a roll.
the first roll of the game, and I would like to try and perceive if anyone has a ticket, perhaps poking out of a pocket.
Okay.
Or some such.
Yeah, give me a perception.
And it begins. Oh, that's a 10 total.
Okay. You glance around some various patrons. There's a rather large rotund man with a mask of frizzy hair, but I've just described Norman. Yeah, you notice there's no ticket on him. You scan around. There's an orc, a female orc, wearing a lovely attire dress, but again, no ticket seems to be out on view, and you can't quite narrow down to anyone that might have a ticket. Though you do see in the corner of the tavern, well, one of the booths not far from you, you see appears to be a male-shaped man dressed in some sort of garb, and he seems to have a mask that is covering his face, and the mask is quite intricately patterned with various gold gildwork, and he's looking your way, his eyes slowly locked on you, almost as if he noticed you glancing around the tavern.
You should ask him out.
He grins slightly, then you can see two little tusks pointing up. Just peering out from like beneath where this mask would be. And he motions over. Hey, you.
I to my companions, I say,
Excuse me a minute. I'll be right back.
I make sure to bring my whiskey with me. And I kind of weave through the crowd a bit and head over.
You get a bit closer and you realise the gentleman's probably twice as size as yourself. He's still sat in the alcove, in keeping to the shadows, and he leans a bit closer.
Can't help but overhearing there, my friend. You might be, well, your little party might be needing a ticket. Did I hear correctly with my old ears?
And he taps these quite very long, goblinish type ears.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you know where we can get some?
I might just happen to know where you can go. There's a gentleman that could help you out. It's going to cost you for my information, though.
Ah, alright. Well, how much?
5 gold.
I'll go ask my friends.
Alright, you come back if you got a copper, and we'll talk.
And that he goes back to his mother Al, just begins to scan back around the rest of the tavern.
Alright.
I kind of look sideways at him and scamper off back to my table. Okay.
Someone's just offered me some information about where we could get a ticket. Don't trust him. I don't trust him at all.
Oh my god, he looks like such a trustworthy fellow.
Right.
The guy in the shadows?
Yeah.
The one with the creepy mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going to go well.
He's charging 5 gold for the information of where to go. So
He's going to rip us
gonna
off. He's going to give him 5 gold and he's going to tell us a cock and bull story about going down an alley somewhere, turning left, turning right, and then you're going to get jumped by a bunch of guys and they're going to take the rest of your gold.
This sounds like it's happened to you before.
Not to me personally, but I may have seen it happen once or twice.
Do we wait for the sweet angel to return? And then make a decision based on the information at hand?
I suppose Trish probably knows everyone in here better than us.
There is that. She
We
might
could
know
wait
who
till
it
she
is.
comes back and ask her if she knows anything about
In
this
the
character.
meanwhile, I'm going to go around and ask around at the bar, see if I can get any other information.
Oh, if you know if you happen to talk to someone and you know if they've got a ticket on them and whereabouts on them that ticket might be, tell me.
Right.
If they're not willing to sell.
I'll get you. Wink, wink. Then I'll make way to the bar.
I go to wink at you and I go,
Are you okay, my friend?
Yes. Is that dust?
Yeah, must have itchy eyes again, yeah.
I have to say, I apologise everybody for how I conducted myself when we came in. I've never been in such a crowded environment before.
That's okay. Neither
I'm
have
a little
I.
bit nervous, if I'm honest.
That's okay, Moss Chops. It's probably better to have your guard about you in situations that you're not sure than to have your guard down. Given what you've been through with us, I'm not surprised at all.
It's just the number of people. It's bloody tons of them.
yes.
You know what tons of people means though, Moss Chops?
Tons of pockets.
Tons of opportunities.
Oh yeah, tons of opportunities.
I think we essentially said the same thing, didn't we?
Oh, I think so.
I think so.
Yes.
Okay, so you make your way to the bar and you see this very flamboyant man who seems to be drinking a very full glass of wine, taking a sip after sip, and you hear him speaking to some of the other gentlemen around him. He's like, and then I sailed to the seven seas, and I discovered Newtopia. And you can see at this point that some of the other gentlemen around him, who are also in suits as well, they're shaking their head. It seems a bit like a cock and bull story to me. No, I tell you, it happened. I am a great voyager. Let me tell you that.
I'm going to come up behind him and slap him on the shoulder. Then you're the gentleman I'm looking for.
Friend? What can I do for you?
You seem a well-travelled man. Seem to know.
One of the most well-travelled men in all of the seven realms.
Really? That's amazing.
Yes.
You would happen to know how to get on passage on the airship, don't you?
I know many things, and I can tell you this: you need a ticket.
And then he sips his wine.
And where would one procure a ticket if one didn't happen to have a ticket?
If you're looking to go next month, you can go to the ticket office after the voyage sets sail.
Oh, come. A gentleman like yourself must happen to know a few connections that might be willing to maybe give a ticket for a reasonably good price.
I've been on many voyages, and never have I heard anyone ask me for a ticket to stop me on a voyage going. There is this man that you can ask around these parts there.
Really, who might that be?
Come close. Come close.
And he sort of leans into you slightly.
That over there.
And he points to the same darkened corner where there's a man with the mask who's looking a bit shifty.
He's called Pariah. No one knows who he is.
And just begins to sip his wine again.
Right. Well, I guess I better go and have a word with this pariah. Thanks again, I give him a slap on the back.
Remember me when I discover another country.
Oh, I will.
And he begins to down the rest of
Have a good evening.
Why did that seem so familiar?
Then I'll go all towards this pariah looking fella.
Okay, you head towards Pariah, and you see the same individual in the corner. He spots you coming, and he slightly leans an elbow on what you can see quite a large crossbow, almost as a warning, but also to let you know that he is armed if he needs to be armed.
Now, friend. What can I do for you? Saw old Blundergus over there pointing to me.
Well, he happened to see that you're a fella that might be able to procure Something in particular I may be after?
Depends what you're looking for, my friend.
Well, possibly I might need a ticket on an eve for such a night to travel on the airship.
Yeah, strange. You're the second person I've heard looking for a ticket tonight. You wouldn't have anything to do with that green gentleman over there, would you?
Oh, the little fella, yeah, I know.
Well, as I told your friend, I can give you a name, but it's going to cost 5 gold.
5 gold, well, that's a lot of money for information that's not been proven to be true.
I am a man of my word.
I no doubt that you are. But I have happened to come afoul of certain scams before, and I don't know if you're a reputable gentleman or not. Prior the name was it not?
Yeah, see, old Blundergus, he blurted my name, did he? Lovely.
Oh, he said you were Prior, but no one knows your real name apparently.
That's the way I
It
like
must
to
me
keep
feeling that you're a gentleman that's likes to keep a low profile.
Well, you see, I deal in unsavoury tasks at times, and I know some individuals are a little bit shifty, but they'll get you what you want. You just have to go and meet them.
Right, and let me guess, this is down the back alley somewhere. Can they not come to this tavern with the ticket?
Let's just say they don't like to be seen in public very much at all.
Well, you're right there. You're in public.
I'm not talking about me. Are you worried that I'm gonna lead you down some dark back alley? Let a bunch of ruffians rough you up, steal all your money and your tickets? And I tell you what, that's a bloody good idea, actually. But that's not what I'm about.
No.
My fee, 5 gold. I'll take you to the person myself. I was just going to tell you where to go, but I can see you're distrusting, gentlemen.
What would you feel about 3 gold?
Well, I think, if I calculate, let me think about this. 5 gold or 3. I'll always take the higher amount, my friend. Always.
Well, I'm sure I can find someone else that will give us the information we want.
I am more than willing this night to let you go and try and find someone else. Because, it's for your chief. And most people won't be, pretty much no one will be getting rid of their ticket around here. You come back when you want to talk business, like real business. And he sort of casually looks away at his ale and just begins to sit and just pipe down again.
Well, we'll see about that. I'll move back to our table.
Okay, so at this point,
Can Fenrir try and attract the attention of Trish the Dish? Lovely Trish, the bartender.
So
The sweet angel.
The sweet angel Trish.
So you see her dashing back and forth, and after a few attempts, eventually she sort of realizes that you're asking, and she heads straight over with her nice big smile. Oh yeah, what can I do for you, lovely?
Good evening, Trish. I know you're very, very busy. I appreciate
busier
you.
than ever.
I do have a request for you, a little piece of information. So it means you don't need to run to the bar and get us a drink. If I could just have your attention for 2 minutes.
Yeah, of course, go for it.
Thank you very much, Trish. So you've worked at this place for a while, well, long enough to end up hating it.
Yes, too long.
So you kind of know the patrons that come about here quite well?
Yeah, I know most of the folk here. The regulars, I can't actually, I can't vouch for everyone here. There's a lot of travellers I've not seen before, but
No problem. I don't suppose you happen to know anything about that interesting chap in the corner over there.
she sort of glances your way when you're pointing and takes stock of the. I assume you're pointing to the man with the hat. And she looks back over. I've been acquainted with him before. He's pariah. He's unsavory type, but a lot of people go to him for. Well, I suppose you could say the only real black market that runs through here in Little Nook.
Okay, Trish. That's all. Thank you very much. I'll let you get back to your job.
Before we go, how are you gentlemen actually sleeping this eve? Only I was just speaking to Hickriff over there, and the rooms, we are so full tonight. We might have one room left, but I don't know if that's going to go quick or not. If you're interested, go and have a chat with Hickriff at the bar. Okay, anyway, enjoy your drinks and your food. Come on! Thank you. Spins on the foot again, disappears.
Excellent. Has Zeal come back?
Yeah, Zeal is now back at the
Back,
table.
Zeal.
Just as Trish saunters off, Zeal just sort of passes her on his way back to the table.
What did this chap say to you, Zeal?
He said much the same as he said to our small friend over there. 5 gold for information. Apparently he's the only one who's got the information.
And 5 gold is all he'll take? Did you try and haggle
I
down?
tried to haggle, but he didn't seem to have anything of it. I mean, the way I see it, we pay the 5 gold, see what happens. If shit goes south, then hopefully you lot are reasonable to fight, just at least. Or we try a slightly riskier method.
What is this slightly riskier method that you're thinking of?
I might happen to be able to get him to do something when he doesn't actually want to do it. But it's risky.
It might attract attention that we don't want.
Yeah, possibly. But, I mean, if he's connected as well as he seems to be, we could probably have the old criminal network going after us, so...
Why don't you let me try and haggle him down?
You can have a go by all means, but maybe try and be a bit more intimidating. He had quite a crossbow pointed at me, but I reckon you could walk his head off if need be.
I'm going to help. I'm the one who needs the ticket. I'm going to help.
Maybe I should come along and assist. 3's better than 2. 2 normal guys.
2 normal
3
guys?
normal guys. Much better.
There is nothing normal about you. Just wipe a bit of sweat away.
Thank you very much, Dom. Yeah, by all means, come with me if you want, but is it okay if I do the talking?
By all means, yes.
Thank you very much, my friends. Fenrir grabs his hammer, throws it over his shoulder, and stands up. So, what I'm going to be going for here is an intimidation.
Yeah, no, I assumed.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try.
Okay, so you're heading towards Pariah.
Yeah.
With your big heavy hammer over
Yeah.
your shoulder. Yeah, sure. Give me an intimidation roll as you approach.
Okay, so.
Can I use the help action to give advantage for the roll?
Oh yeah, of course you can.
Because I have telepathy. So while we're walking over, I'm going to be saying a lot of mean things telepathically to the guy.
Okay.
Shit up a bit.
If you don't listen to my friend's reasonable request, I am going to cover you head to toe in acid.
Does he get a say or is it?
You can speak back in telepathy.
Oh, okay.
You can talk back if you want to.
Oh, okay.
In his brain.
Okay.
If he knows what's happening.
Okay, so yeah. So he's a bit confused. He's sort of glancing around slightly, trying to decide who was actually speaking to him. Is he? I take it he's going to catch sight of you doing that.
I'm doing that.
Okay, so as he turns around, looks your way, he's like, and then sees the brooding gentleman walking towards him with the rather large hammer.
I rolled 14.
He looks a little bit dishevelled as you head towards him. What do you want?
Fenrir puts his hammer on the table and leans over him. I heard that you agreed to give us some very good information for 2 gold coins.
He sort of takes a very long swallow as he sees the hammer and then the blooming gentleman. Did I did, yes.
Ah, very good, because that is what I heard and I would have been very disappointed if I was wrong.
Me too. I would be if I looked like you.
So, my good friend, now that we have an understanding, for 2 gold coins, what is this information that you could give me about where I can procure a ticket for this evening?
Make another intimidation.
While she's doing that, I'm going to use thaumaturgy, which lets me to manifest the wonderful sound of supernatural powers within range of him. So basically, whispering noises around him. So, confess.
Does this just affect
him?
Okay, and I assume he'll get a save from this.
It's just effects that go around random. It doesn't have to be intimidating.
Yeah, it's just an area of
Okay.
Just to try and shit him up a bit, basically.
Okay, so I'll say that will give him. That will give you advantage on the roll, so you can. So you roll twice and pick the highest.
And also make the lights political about it as well around him. So
He's in a dark and brooding corner. There is no light.
Yeah. There's some candlelight nearby that
they
maybe
can start
will
flipping
flicker
and
slightly.
changing colours like that. So it's like
21.
Okay.
really shitty.
He just looks a little. He looks pretty much petrified at this point. He's like, 2 gold, you say? But yeah, that sounds like a great deal. Yeah. He looks into his ale longingly for a moment. Almost, it kind of looks like he wishes he wasn't there at that moment in time. Well, go to Plythus Square. Look for the shadows. There'll be a guy there. Tell him Pariah sent you.
Did he just say look for shadows?
You did.
He's aware it's night time, isn't it?
Don't do this now, do it in the morning. When there are shadows around. Sorry, did I make that? Was that not obvious?
No. You said it in a weird way.
Do it under the cover of the crowds. You'll find him. You'll know him when you see him.
Lovely. Thank you very much.
And he holds his hand out with the 2 gold.
I immediately slam 3 gold by accident into his hand. Wait a minute, 1, 2, oh!
He looks at the 3 gold.
Fenrir notices the 3rd one and says to Pariah, that is for cooperating. Remember that if we meet again.
Right, yes you are, you big bastard. And he closes the grasp of the coins and slips back into the shadows with his tankard, looking very hunched over and looks a bit sorry of himself.
I think Fenrir with a big smile on his face picks up his hammer, puts it back over his shoulder and comes back to her friends. Well, that was successful. Managed to get the information for 3 gold in the end, Norm, eh? And all we have to do is go and meet some potentially sketchy characters, but luckily, in the daytime.
Not too shabby at all. Where there are shadows present, the man seemed to think we'd just find them in the dark.
We didn't say it would be very good information for the money, we just said information. It'll do.
Well, it's better than nothing.
That it is.
I mean, the only other bloke I've talked to is that drunk fellow over there, and I mean, I don't think he has any tickets, but if you wanted to take something else off him, wink wink, I think he'd be quite agreeable.
Would you gentlemen like me to sort the room for the evening?
That's
By all
probably a
means.
good idea.
I mean, go find your barmaid. It's always a good deal, I'm sure.
Yes.
Remember this time,
Confidence. Yes. No, you're joining me, are you?
Oh, okay, yeah. Get back up again. Ale running down my beard and my shirt.
I straighten my hair.
and I'm
slightly.
going to give him guidance. I'm literally going to touch him in guidance, so he's got a D4 if he has to do any checks. Confidence for chance or anything. So you suddenly feel a bit more perked up when I touch him.
Oh, do you see the sweet angel?
I I don't see any celestial beings, no. I see Trish the Dish, that you keep calling her.
That'll do, thank you.
I'm over here.
Oh, sorry.
So you do receive Trish at the just literally at the edge of the bar, and she turns around and sees you and has this huge big beam and smile on her face. You step towards her. Sweating, yeah? Okay, you step towards her, she sees this reflection of sweat.
As I'm going, I'm trying to slip the coat off of my shoulders because I'm like, I'm dying in this place. Just like, I'm just trying to just open the coat just slightly, so I'm just like, oh God.
As we get into earshot of her, I will loudly announce, do you keep calling her Trish the Dish because you want to eat her?
Oh my.
It's hot in here, isn't it? It's hot.
So she doesn't quite catch that, but she does. She is there, standing still, beaming, gives you a little smile, and then just as you're almost right in front of her, she darts off towards a series of other drunks who are asking for ales, and right before you is this very gruff-looking dwarf with a very unkempt but gorgeous red beard. and lashings of huge basky red hair with these he's got these sort of ancient dwarven runes all tattooed all over his bare arms, but he's got this sort of white proper butcher's apron on, and he looks over from the bar and goes, "Hey lad, how can I help you then?"
I'd like a room, please.
Oh, right, okay. So, how many for?
No, the's 5 of us.
Alright, 5. Let me see. And he begins to flip through this huge parched tome, which you can assess looking at it. It's just all the irregular buttons in the tavern. And he goes through one by one. I'll be honest. It's really busy. I'm not sure if we've got a room for 5. Let me see.
Floor is fine. I'll sleep on the floor.
You'll sleep on the floor, eh? Okay, let me see.
If it helps, I don't really sleep myself.
I've got just a room for you. Last one. Yeah, I can do it at a discount. It'll only be for, technically it's got 3 beds. 2 of you will have to be on the floor, but I can do it for 3 gold for the night.
That's perfect.
Splendid.
Brilliant.
I have 5 gold bags then.
Okay. He kind of tries to pull it away, but his sleight of hand was pretty rubbish at that moment, and 2 of the gold fall out and clatter onto the bar. And with the 3 gold in his hand, he goes, "Hey, you gave me too much." Pushes it back, but looks quite grumpy about it.
You dropped 2.
No, my friend. 3, 5.
Oh, I dropped 2.
You dropped 2, my friend. I then recovered them from the bar.
Okay, you can see him look. He looks down at you recovering those coins, and for a little moment he's like, profit's gone.
So does the sweet angel Trish reside here?
She doesn't reside here, but she does work here.
Oh,
Speaking of, Trish!
Oh.
And after
Oh, gods above, she's coming back.
after a few moments, you can hear in the distance, "Oh, I'll be right with you here, Griff. Hang on."
Oh, so you're the gentleman that cooked the fine meal we've just consumed.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad you liked it. And he sort of tugs on his apron.
Yes, it's been fantastic. As I turn around the table and realise I've eaten nothing. Yes. Feast for the eyes.
Your meat really filled me.
I'm glad about that, I think.
I love putting your berries in my mouth.
They're some of the most tastiest berries in the land.
I was goggling them down.
At least did you give them a chew?
I was meant to chew.
Oh, you always
I just
chew
swallowed.
You never swallow them whole.
Oh,
Can I do a perception to see how close Trish is?
Yeah. Okay.
Not 20.
Trish vision activated.
I see through the back
Like a radar.
Ranger senses.
You know that she's kind of behind you at this moment, like literally walking down past some of the drunk patrons, and she'll be literally with you in a very unusual moment. Like literally, probably.
I'm like, Norm, put out your arms. And I start taking as much off as I can. I just got covering both his arms, like I've got the crossbow over it, both tubes, my coat's coming off. I'm like, oh Jesus, I'm rifling through this pack to see if I can find this tiny little bottle I was given of incense, and I'm just about to throw it over myself.
And then she just literally walks right past you, and to Higriff sees Norman with all the coats and the gear in his hand.
Coat hanger.
Oh, I take it you've taken the room then. Oh, that's brilliant. I take it you want me to take him up, Higriff. And then Higriff nods. If you would, love, here, and passes a key. And on the wooden key, you can see it etched onto the key. It's a raven which is holding a number in its beak, and that's the number 7. She takes it in one hand and goes, if you want to just follow me upstairs, I'll lead you on your way.
oh, okay.
And then she begins to walk off towards the spiral staircase and looks behind us and just sort of locks eyes with you and goes, what's keeping you?
I've got both hands in the bag over his arms. I'm like, nothing. I'm going to be with you shortly. And I'm like, oh God, where is this thing? And can I roll to see if I can grab it in time?
Sure. Dexterity, just general.
16.
Okay. So as you say that, you actually find the bottle and you're just able to pull it out.
And I'm just like, no, and I just put it in his hand. I'm like, tells it, and I'm just like trying to rub my neck over it. I'm like, splendid, thank you very much, Norman. I just put it back in there. I'm like, would you mind carrying those for me?
Oh, okay.
Perfect, thank you. And I'm just like, you can do this, you can do this. I'm just like so stretching as I
Okay, and she has to go up the spiral staircase. So the three of you at the table still, you can see that Trish is beginning to head up the spiral staircase with, I assume that you're both following?
Yes.
So what looks like Normand is now a butler. And just casually behind, I assume. Or are you leading the front?
Yeah, I have my hand and I'm just trying to pen very quickly natural talking points. As I'm trying to pen them on my hand. I'm like, where she works, what weather she enjoys, how old she is, and then I put a line through it. I was like, don't ask how old she is. And I'm like, does she live here? And then / not creepily.
I guess we're just watching this from the distance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is more entertaining than the bar.
Should we maybe
Fancy
go?
that one if he actually gets with it.
Yeah. Should we maybe go with them? It looks like he might need help.
He's got this, don't we? I have all the confidence in the world in him.
I'm glad someone does.
So Trish leads you both up the spiral staircase and to a few doors over before coming to the room number 7. So a little wooden shape of a raven holding a number 7 in its beak indicates the room you now stand outside of. Trish unlocks the door, giving you a little cheeky wink, and passes the key over to you into your hands. And she catches that scent.
remember you ever smelling that intense.
No, it's incense.
Oh, it's incense.
I don't know what yours are.
That reminds me of my mother used to use incense a lot, just like that.
Was it intense?
It was intense.
Oh, the incense was intense.
The incense was very intense.
Can I put this down yet?
She pushes the door open with one foot before you can even speak.
Yes, thank you. I try and put my arm behind Norm and push him into the ring.
So she just sort of opens the door and just like step in, and then Norman barges in. She goes, "Whoop!" and she sort of flies forward slightly, like corrects herself, brushes her red silk dress back down, and then she sort of blushes a little bit, and then points to the room. So it's a modest-sized room. You've got 3 beds. Yeah, only singles, I'm afraid. But I think Higriff, he explained to you that there's only 3 beds here. Brilliant. So you got a cabinet. Put your possessions in if you really want to. And there's a fresh candle and wick waiting for you. You have a bit of nightlight for yourself, in case you want to read or chatter.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll just look over the plans.
Okay. Oh, and if you just look beneath the bed there, that's where the piss pot is. If you need to go in the night.
Splendid. Thank you.
Wash pot over there, and
better not confuse the two.
one hopes not. I suppose you're slightly confused and almost worrying a lot. Do you often confuse? No, I'm not going to ask.
Don't talk about bodily functions.
She like writes something in your arm.
And then the pen's back.
She usually writes something in your arm and just carries on.
If you want any help, order for the chamber pot or the wash pot, whichever way you would like it to be. Give us a shout, and I'll bring some up. There should be lukewarm enough water for you now to wash and whatnot. In the morning we have fresh meats and some cold beverages, porridge oats to enjoy before the voyage. And thanks for choosing the Raven's Rest. Hope the rest of your night is pleasant. And then she just, before you even have a chance to say anything, she spins on her heel, walks out, and there she goes like a red silken angel that she is, disappearing back down the staircase to the bar.
Oh, Norman, my friend, I talked about urination.
You still have all of that in your hand at this point.
Gently placing everything on the floor haphazardly up.
And the only thing I pick up is the jacket, and I hang it, and then I stand the 2 map tubes up to lie against the cabinet. Let's go down and have something to eat at least.
And I'm at the table and I go, right, I bet in 5 gold nothing happens.
I can't take you up on that, most jobs, because I agree.
When I said I have all the confidence in the world, really, I'm not a bit lying about that.
That's no fun. Alright. I'll just keep my 5 gold, I suppose.
2 minutes, he'll be down. As a matter of fact, there's her right now.
And there you come, walking back down the spiral staircase.
Yeah, I've got a locked door. I put the Raven key in the top of my waistcoat pocket.
Okay.
And just slide it in there. So, and now I'll just roll my sleeves up. So it's like a 2-inch roll on them. And then, just.
As you're passing down the staircase, that overwhelming smell of incense is just, you see a lot of the papers like and they just kind of turn your way as you walk past them, and then you can see a few of them are a bit like, pleasant smell.
Thank you. As I carry on walking, I'm just like, all wasted, barely half the vial left. Well, c'est la vie. Come on, Norman, let's enjoy this meal that I've classed as delicious before suppling any of this. I just sit back down at the table, wipe my brow. and just tuck into the meal while everyone's gazing from me. I just start just tucking into this meal, just like.
I guess we're all just staring at him like.
Yes, I am wearing incense. No, it did not go anywhere. Yes, I've ruined it by talking about a bodily function. Norm did rather well as a coat hanger.
I helped.
Oh, small victories.
Yes, small victories.
So we got a room there?
Victories.
We have a room.
Yes. I just number 7 on there.
I study the key intently because I want to know what kind of lock this place has on its roof.
Okay, I will say... Just give me just a general investigation.
Investigation. What's my strong suit? Ooh, it did! 20!
Nice. Okay, so you can tell that this is that these locks are pretty common in most inns and taverns that the few that you visited. Yeah, you think you'd be able to. I mean, what's the information you actually want to ascertain if you'd be able to pick these locks?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you actually feel quite confident you would be able to.
It's like a basic mortise lock.
Yeah, very very basic.
Okay. Thank you. I just study it intently and I go, thank you.
It's a key. If you put it in the door opens.
Well done, Nor.
All learned something this evening.
Yes, I seem to be as great with the fairer sex as I once imagined I was.
And I learned he wants to eat trash.
He wants to walk.
Oh, this conversation is going to go rather sideways, I fear.
I think that's jumping the gun a bit now, mate. I think you need to work up to that bit.
Yes. More than work up to it. I think if I could hold a conversation with the girl, I might be slightly more in.
It's alright, my friend. This is what an isolating life on the road will do to you. Maybe it would do you good to stop in at a hearty tavern like this more often and practice your courting skills.
Yes. I think I do like it somewhat, yes.
Have a look around. I'm sure there's plenty of other young ladies that would be willing to chat to.
Yes, the woman behind me seems to be rather into gentlemen. A gesture at the pregnant woman again.
Perhaps not that one. Let's do a perception check to see if there's any other women around. Possibly might be.
I mean, I wouldn't even say you have to do a perception check. If you're just looking for general women, there are definitely general women here.
Well,
are you looking to pinpoint one in particular?
yeah, I'll go with a 14 then.
Okay, with a 14. You can spot a few that look potentially like they're working their trade this evening, whispering into various...
That's the ones I'm looking for.
whispering into various clients' ears. Yeah, it was a few. There's one with a series of brunette braids, and she has blue, rather than the red silks of the barmaid, she has these sort of blue silks that just kind of hug and kiss her curves.
I'm going to lean over and go, see that young lady over there?
Yes, the one in the rather dashing navy.
Something tells me she'd be very open to having conversations.
Sort of like a speech therapist.
In her manner of speaking.
A linguistic type.
Well, let's just say, she'd talk to you for a price.
So very educational then.
Potentially.
Splendid.
I like to lean into Moss Chops and just say, I have had no idea what you're talking about for the last hour.
I'll let you into a secret. Neither do I.
Pick up your napkin, quarter it, slide it under, and I put my knife and fork together over to the side. I get up and go over to the lady in the blue.
Okay, you see she's finished having a conversation with a gentleman. Looks like a burly orc, and she turns round you as you approach and goes, "Anything I can do for you there, darling?"
I turn slowly. I'm like, I see the problem with trying to speak to a speech therapist. The speaking.
Hello. Hello there, darling. You wanted to say something to me.
I was informed that you help people with difficulties with the fairer sex on communication.
Eh?
I'm struggling to talk to you very much. And my friends, I gesture back over the table.
She looks over and then looks back to you.
Seem to think you'd be the right professional lady to help me through this stage of my life.
She looks back over to the four gentlemen at the table, then back to you again.
Moss chops. Something drops, and he looks at Zio and goes, "Oh!"
What? So as you nod towards her, she looks back to you. Right, it's gonna be, I charge 5 gold per person, so that's going to be about 25 gold for one, and it depends if you've got any strange things that you want to do up there. I mean, between the 5 of you and me, that's going to be at least another 20 gold on top of that as well.
2 seconds, my lady. I scurry back over the table. She says it's 25 for 5.
No, just say, just for you.
This is your solo mission, my friend.
It's normal to need any direction. He seems rather...
I mean, I've seen some things, but I don't want to be part of this shit. I mean, I only just met you.
I could speak fire.
Splendid, just me then, okay. I venture back out. No, there's been a miscommunication on figures, I believe. It's just me for the therapy.
Oh, we're calling it. Okay, so it's 5 gold for you, and it's, well, we'll call it another 10 if you want to roleplay this therapy.
Okay.
So 15 gold in total, but you've also got to get the room.
I have a room.
Oh, splendid! We don't have to worry about the room, so just 15 gold, and we'll go and talk your therapy, if that's what you want to call it.
Splendid.
Fenrir, worried about his friend,
Gets up and walks over.
please excuse my friend. He's looking for a rather simple thing this evening, and I think you might be the one to help him out. And he just passes her 3 gold, gives his mate a pat on the back, and goes back to the table.
She sort of nods a thanks to you, and well, good luck out there with your therapy, and turns back to this orcish gentleman and begins to whisper back in his ear again. You see, the orcish gentleman sort of laughs at whatever she's whispering, and then he sort of cups her waist and just pulls her into his lap.
Oh. Turns out she's got a previous client. Sorry to trouble you, my fellow. Please, if you have any notes after the class, I'd be happy to read over them.
She looks at me shoulder.
Just head back to the table. I think you paid 3 gold for me to be booked into her diary.
I think I paid 3 gold for the poor woman not to be harassed anymore. Maybe a little more groundwork before we go in with that, I think.
Splendid. Oh, someone seems to have cleared my plate. I put the cutlery in the wrong position again. I'm going to get another ale. Would anyone like anything?
Whiskey.
Yeah, that's going to be a good idea.
Splendid. Hopefully, Trish.
I'm just going to put my hand on the shoulder. You'll be alright. Maybe.
I'm sure I will. It's just another day. And I just wander over to the bar to try and get drinks myself.
Okay, so you wander back
just
over
try
the bar.
and cut out some female interaction.
Okay,
it's been
so
so
you're
much.
just going to get some drink. Okay, is there anything else any of the others of you would like to do this evening?
I think that's enough entertainment for the night. Don't know about
I think
you,
it might
but
be. We should.
get our rest before our travels tomorrow and we meet this other shady fellow that...
Yeah, we've got an exciting start early tomorrow morning.
Yeah, one drink and in bed probably for me. I'm
Okay.
a little bit worried.
Okay, one drink later, most of you, well, all of you, head up to your room. As I explained earlier, 3 single beds, 2 of you will be on the floor. Who wants to have just 3 single beds and who wants the floor?
I wouldn't even ask, I literally just go and flop down on the bed.
I'll take the floor. As I meditate anyway.
Okay, so you take the floor.
I crawl onto the floor
You crawl to the floor.
and I position my backpack underneath my head. And I take my staff and I cast sleep on myself. Let's see if I can go into sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
No sleep for you.
Oh, it's gonna be rough game sleep tonight.
So you cast sleep and yeah, you just sort of stare aimlessly for some long time. So that would leave the bed for Zeal, Fenrir, and Hostrops.
I actually watched Norm, and I go,
Yeah, you can take a bed if you want. I'm alright with a cushion on the floor. I'm only little.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never been in a bed before.
Well, you seem like you haven't, I don't know how, but you seem like you don't experience a whole lot. So, have the bed, enjoy yourself.
It's so squishy. Like this thing on me. I'm the better I'm patting myself.
So you sort of start your tummy and
Yeah,
then,
well, I'm stuck on the bed.
you see there's like an equal sort of cushioning to both.
I clamber on my first bed. Don't know if I'm gonna sleep still, but it's a bed.
He's just there staring at the ceiling.
Oh, I'm gonna sleep on my face. I'm not sure how to do this. So
Begin to sleep on your face. And you go to land on the floor.
I don't go to sleep yet.
Oh, you do go to sleep?
No, so
Nice
I'm
time activity.
hanging out by the door,
Okay.
and I've got the door open a crack, and I'm watching to see which patrons go into which rooms.
Okay. You see. Well, give me a perception.
Yes, indeed. Perception. Well, I guess I rolled that one.
yeah.
That is a 7. No. Where's my perception? Yes, 17.
Okay. So from the crack in the door, looking out, you can see there's a room opposite your room, and you see a very large, rotund man. Not Norman.
I thought I managed to get outside.
You see, yeah, just casually walking by. That's my room. Heading into the room opposite you, and his garb, he looks quite good. That's extravagant and possibly a virtue.
Drunk.
Sorry?
Drunk.
He looks like he's swaying, and he has some trouble putting the key into his lock. He attempts to get into the lock a few times, and eventually,
There we go.
and then he opens the door and heads through.
Okay. Wonderful. And I am just going to spend a little time listening. And when the noise and the knocking and stumbling around abates, I am then going to wait for about half an hour before creeping out and having a go at the lock.
Okay.
Checking for people as well. I don't want to doing
okay.
this.
So you wait. I'd say you wait a fair while until patrons begin to die down. This is quite late at this time.
Yeah.
the noise levels have really drifted compared to what they were. Obviously not everyone in the tavern is staying in this tavern. So it's not that bad. You're able to creep out enough without anyone knowing. I would say though...
Can we take perception test?
Yeah, all of you give me a perception test. If you're creeping out, I say give me a stealth.
Okay.
15.
19.
17.
12 stealth.
15.
So you're staring off on the bed, just trying to fall asleep, but you just keep staring. So much so that you're now staring at the nearby wall, and your surroundings have completely forgotten about. And actually, the wall is slowly helping you fall asleep.
Going to sleep tonight.
What a nice wall.
The rest of you all notice your little your little goblin friend beginning to creep out of the door.
I wouldn't bother doing that just yet tonight, mate.
So you're sort of frozen as you hear Zeal's voice from behind.
Turn around and I kind of softly close the door to a crack again, and I go,
You're going to do what I think you're going to do. I wouldn't do it just yet.
I mean, you probably know this place better than I do, and I just close the door, lock it,
Close the door.
and head back to my cushion on the floor. I'll take your word for it.
Good lad. I'm going to sleep.
I go to sleep.
You go to sleep.
I just assume that he knows something I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe there's some magical protection I
Okay.
don't know, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to risk it.
Okay. So you all sleep. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Apart from you because you're going to take.
yeah, sorry.
So roll a perception test for me.
20.
Ooh, nice. The rest of your companions are asleep. It's been several hours. A few hours. And you hear a kind of commotion coming from outside. Not outside the door, but outside the establishment. There is one window that's connected to your room that will give you an overhang of the little town, of Little Nook.
I'll stand up and take it away.
You like tiptoe and creep, not wanting to wake any of your companions, and glance through the window. And there, in the middle of the night, peering out of that window, you see two shadowy figures, and they seem to be moving large kegs in the direction of the skyport. Your quick assumption is that this must be the crew, and they're still gearing up in anticipation of tomorrow's voyage.
Okay. What are they humanoid?
Give me another perception.
20 again.
Okay. Yeah, they both look humanoid. They, from the distance you're at, you can't really tell what they're wearing as such. There's a glint of metal from buckles, etc. they'll be wearing, which occasionally catches the dim torchlight of the Little Nook on the street. But mainly, you just can tell that they're definitely humanoids.
Okay. And they're just moving from.
Yeah, you can't hear them because they seem to be keeping their voices low, but they are helping each other move these several kegs going back and forth, and you survey them for a little while and you see them go back and forth towards the skyport and back, disappearing around a corner and then coming out again and delivering more kegs to the skyport.
I see that as just normal interaction.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'll just go back to just cross line.
Okay. Alright, so you continue meditating. Okay. Well, the night seems fairly uneventful other than that. And the morning breaks.
That was blinding.
That was, yes, it was very blinding.
I like the sun.
The next morning, you awake, and those of you who took the bed feel very rested for a good night's sleep, but those of you who took the floor, you feel as though you only have gained the benefits of a short rest. The stone floor didn't do you back any favours, though the cushion did help. Still, the confines of a comfy bed are never one to turn away when you can have the comforts, and it helps with the long rest. The smell of fresh eggs and pigged bladders and grilled bacon drifts from downstairs. A flock of pipits whistled on their morning tune, the fresh breeze of the morning drifting through your open window. The heavy clatter of working machines billowing amongst the birds' chimes. And one by one, you begin to wake. I mean, you've actually been awake.
Yeah,
you're awake. You know, they'll awaken to see you doing whatever you're doing.
I'm just.
Hopefully not using a chamber pot.
No. Actually, I was going to use the wash basin, and I will change my shirt for the one I was wearing last night because it was just drenched.
Yeah, okay.
Catch it on fire, throw it away. Don a fresh shirt out of my bag, waistcoat back on, trousers on, and I go downstairs looking for the hot water to refresh the wash.
Okay, yes. You go downstairs and you look for Trish, but you assume maybe she's not working yet, as she was working the night shift. But you do catch Delana, who initially, when you first came into the establishment, there she was. She pours a nice tub of hot water and offers it to you, and you head back upstairs.
Perfect.
So you just kind of come through the door carrying this big pot of hot water.
Yeah, just hopefully holding on to it.
Yeah.
And I'll just. Is there like a dressing table or something to place it on?
So each of the beds come with a little cabinet.
Okay,
so
you just place it in.
Yeah, you can just place it on.
Yeah, I'll place it onto that, and I'll just wash my face and my hands, and then just make sure all my kit's packed. I'd like to roll out the maps, put all the ones that have drawings on them together in one tube, and then all the fresh scrolls in the other one.
Okay.
And then that's me.
So as each of you are slowly waking, this is what you see. It's a fresh chamber pot with hot water, and scrolls of maps been getting rolled up and put into the various tubes.
A morning man, I see.
Yes, some of the finest work I do is in the morning, I find. Seems to be easier around people that are still asleep.
And it seems to make our life easier as well, because you've saved us all the job. Thank you very much.
Yes, please.
So Fenrir gets out of bed, goes over to this nicely supplied fresh warm water, and washes his face, puts some of it through his hair, re-puts that up, puts his armour on, makes sure it's all looking shiny and ready to go, and starts cleaning his hammer.
Polar opposite. Muskrat stirs, adjusts his back, clicks all his joints. Morning.
Good morning, my little friend. Did you sleep well?
Wow. Yeah, not too bad.
Yes. Sorry, I couldn't get a large room, Moss, my friend. This is all they had.
Wow. I'm comfortable on the floor. It's all good.
Next time you can have the bed.
Oh.
Yes, rotation. Rotation is key.
Novelty. Is Zeal awake yet?
I'm kind of dozing, like half still, half asleep. I was like now on the bed, so I'm aware of what's going on. I'm just kind of like half asleep still. Sort of. I can hear him. I'm just not looking at them as such.
I'll just assume that he's still asleep. He's dozing.
My assumption is no one's still face down.
Are you still vaping?
Yeah, is he alive?
At the sound of all the commotion going on, everyone else is up. I slowly begin to just roll out of bed onto the floor, obviously.
Make
with a very satisfying thud, I wake up. I have drooled so much in the night that my once glorious bushy beard is now a slobbering tendril of hair. You see this in a panicked state. I think, oh God, it's happening. It's just this. Oh, okay. And I immediately take off the shirt I fell asleep in and just start. I just leave my shirt on the floor. get the rest of my stuff again, but I'm shirtless. Hairy boy. Sweaty from the night. Grasping my staff in my arm. Okay, we slept. Do we have to go to the shadows?
Good morning, Norman.
Morning.
I've brought up some fresh hot water if you'd like.
That's nice.
Has anybody ever showed you how to take care of your beard?
Just walk over and just dunk the beard in the hole in my face.
As he lifts it out, I'd like to get the comb out of my bag because I use it for taking the hair over and stuff. And I'm like this, and I just start combing it downwards. It's so not. I'm just like trying to push it
quite
through.
knotty.
What is your coat made of? Because it's got to be strong material.
It's bone. It's a bone coat, so I'm just like.
There is like a ripping sensation.
This point I literally down, like lean across and go, what the hell is going on?
I think it's quite obvious. I'm trying to comb a beard.
Oh, I'm glad you're awake.
What? Okay.
Right. Well, we could have had this discussion last night, but I thought it might disturb the others. Why not?
Why not what?
What I was going to do, I was going to try and get our friend a ticket.
But we're going to go and get a ticket from...
Yeah, but I was going to get one for free.
Oh yeah, that. There's a time and a place to rob people. Don't do it in a tavern that's been good to you. That's a lot of fun.
Oh, it's like an etiquette thing.
Yeah, you could call it that.
Right.
If we ever come back here, we don't really want... Well, them calling the local town guard to come and kick us out because we've stolen from someone we've buried before. By all means, if it's someone that is particularly shady or not a nice person, you can rob the crap out of them all again, but don't do it from honest folk.
Right. Noted.
Good. I suppose we better get up and on.
I'm doing something today.
I make all the small alterations I can to his beard. I'm just like, Norm, I seem to be struggling somewhat. I hope you don't mind. I think we might address this issue again with some product.
Product.
Yes, some lard maybe. A blowtorch. Anything really. And I just pull my comb out. It's got like 2 teeth missing. And I'm like, yes. A fine bone comb might not have been the right option. And I saw my comb in the water, just get rid of the loose hairs of it, and then I just catch them up with the comb. I pull them out, and I just open the window a little bit and just drop the loose hair out the window, and then slide the comb back in its holder in my bag, slightly dishevelled of what it once was.
What, do I have something on my beard?
Yes, let me get that for you, and I just pulled a couple of teeth out that are in it from the cow.
I'm going to pick up some water and splash it myself and go, there's bloody hair in this.
Yes.
Oh, sorry about that, that's me.
Yeah, sorry, I tried to get as much as I could, but yes, it's rather hairy fella.
You telling me? Oh, that'll do for now. I'll get changed in them. I'm hungry, I don't know about you lot.
Yeah.
I always find the best way to start a good morning was a good breakfast.
Everyone to breakfast then?
I assume so.
Do we have time?
Yes. I don't think he was specific about the shadows, just that it was during the day, not the night.
Because there's no shadows.
No, as once.
We can eat on the go, it's fine. I'm sure they've got
I
something we
argue
can
it's
take with
all
us.
shadows.
So if you look at your tickets, the time for departing or booking it is from 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, loads of time then. Okay. What's the time now?
Roughly looking out the window, looking at the setting of the sun, it's probably about 7 in the morning.
So okay, so we've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Okay. As I've got the ticket anyway, I just note the time that we'll be.
Yeah. Okay, sure.
Downstairs for breakfast then, is it?
That's the plan, then we find this fellow with the ticket.
In the shadows.
Yeah, the shadows.
Okay. So once heading downstairs, you see the other guests finishing various plates of breakfast foods, and you see an array of bread, cheese, olives, salad, nuts, raisins, and cold meats left over from the night before, all laid out on one long feasting table. And to your delight, Trish makes her way over from the kitchen, just pops her head round, carrying a stack of plates filled with freshly fried eggs and placing them out onto the feasting table. Looks over and goes, "Oh, morning! I hope you slept well. Help yourself to anything on the platter and get yourselves all fed, ready for your flight."
Don't mind if I do. And I'll start chewing on some bits, but then also putting some bits in my pack and stock up for later.
Oh yes, you do.
Thank you. And I
Or you
take
can
the
eat buffet.
plate of eggs from her.
So as she's
I
like
did
trying
not
to
put
put
my
the eggs
shirt-
down, she's like,
I did not put my shirt back on.
I'll go and get some more.
I am just picking up fried eggs.
Please tell me there's a no shirt, no service sign.
Make a perception check.
Oh well, yeah, I guess I do. I mean, I rolled a 17, my perception is +5.
Yeah, you
So,
actually see a sign saying no shirt, no service during all breakfast intervals. And Trish sort of points and then she motions over to the sign on the wall. You couldn't put something on there, could you, though?
Hold on. If I stay perfectly still, this should work. I will cast minor illusion around myself to create a still image of a shirt. And as I move, you can clearly see like a nip poke out of the illusion. Like egg yolk running down my beard and my bed.
lip clipping.
You know, it's at least you tried.
Is there somewhere we could get fresh linens?
Fresh linen?
Yeah. For the man. For my friend.
A new shirt. I think that's what my friend's trying to say.
A new shirt.
If you happen to have one spare around here as well.
There is a tailor's in town you could try. Just literally down South Street. You can't miss it.
Splendid, thank you.
Will they be swift?
Well done, friend. Well done. That was an
Will
entire
the
question.
tailors be swift? We have to get to the ship on time.
They have shirts available, so as long as they can accommodate you, maybe you'll just have to make do with what's there.
Ah, good.
I just denote Taylor Swift.
And then she turns, heads back to the kitchen, leaves you to it.
I gathered myself together fairly healthy-ish breakfast.
Yeah.
Like mainly like
Some good raisins and nuts.
yeah, like mainly rangerish, like some,
Rangerish, so like arrows and bows.
no, like nothing like too heavy.
Breads, cheeses, things like yeah. Maybe some of the cold meats, you know.
Yeah, some
nice
cold
little
meats,
sandwich
fruit.
spaghetti, a bit of mayonnaise slapped on.
Some of the cubes of cheddar and pineapple stuck to the tin foil orange.
The tin foil. So it's just it's more like tin sheets from the roof that they use to cover the pineapple, but it still is the same trick.
That way you have teeny tiny toothpick arrows.
Tiny javelin.
Does. Yeah.
So
Whilst Chops loads his pockets up with the drier meats and like bits of bacon and stuff, but then he puts together for himself a surprisingly civilized plate and heads over to a table with cutlery and sits down and he's eating with a knife and fork. He's eating with his mouth closed, and he's being actually very, very civilized. And as the group start getting their stuff and joining, he kind of goes between mouthfuls. He's like he makes sure he finishes what's in his mouth first before talking. He says, "Yeah, I want to apologise again for how you lot met me, and you guys haven't really seen me act like that before, but it was very intense. I'm not used to that many people in such a confined space. I apologise heartily."
It's quite alright. I think we all made somewhat social faux pas.
Oh yeah, and then he starts remembering.
Yeah.
Because even though he had a few whiskies,
Yeah.
he does remember the entertainment of the evening.
I'm not kidding. No.
Well, that's what journeys are for, my old friend. New experiences and hopefully a way to grow yourself and make yourself.
Exactly that. I'm sure you'll see all of us out of our element at some point. No apologies here.
I don't reckon I'll ever see you out of your element, Fenrir.
He seems to be quite a well-rounded individual.
He's got a knack for pretty much every situation.
Our positive attitude has got me pretty far so far, but now I'm well aware that there's going to be things that we find on the road that are going to make even me feel slightly uncomfortable. And that's why I'm glad to have gentlemen such as you around, and our two new friends over there. Totally normal guy.
Oh, toast up there, mug.
Cheers to you, friends.
Toast with a platter of eggs. But everyone else like an egg, by the way.
Oh, right.
Oh, okay, Norm, you look like
Suddenly
you're
I feel
enjoying them.
slightly off eggs.
Just a casual splatter of egg juice over your face.
It's pronounced yolk.
Sorry, yolk.
Yeah, just wrap up breakfast. And
Okay, yeah, cool. Okay, so you wrap up your breakfast and you head outside. Leaving the Raven's Nest, you step outside into the mellow morning air, awash with a gust of pines from the Whisperer's Woods where some of you passed previously, drifting westward. The town heaves with people of all different races carrying luggage, lugging bags, galloping wagons towards the huge looming skyport that rests to the east of your current position. Bring it over! Careful with this! Careful! Rein in your bloody horses, this is heavy merchandise! Misty Tumbleton won't be happy, station master, if you break it! You can hear this like idle chatter from workers as they're bringing merchandise and heading it towards the skyport as well. The town is a bustle with activity. You continue to follow the street. You pass cobbled, squashed buildings with villagers going about their morning routine, muck pots being thrown out of the open windows down below, splashing on the floor, just barely missing you. You see bakers carrying baskets of freshly baked bread and mill workers lifting bags of grain from the loading depot warehouse to the horse-pulled wagon. Little Nook is a bustle of life and activity. But the majority of the crowd that you pass seem to be marching towards the bumbling, jigging skyport. You spot a signpost to your left and it motions east. If you read it, you'll spot a few little names. Estella's Marvellous Stables, Ringleton's Cobblers, and finally the Crooked Fixtures skyport. What's that do?
we knew a direction to go for this gentleman, didn't we?
So yeah, you were told to continue east, which is actually the direction of the skyport anyway.
Okay, so
what's in the street that we're in.
So you have currently in the street that you're in, you have various stores. You have a general store. You spot one that's on the signpost. You can just read from the distance. It says Pickleford's Knickknacks General Store. And it's the rest of the street is you've got a bookstore. You have a baker's. It's pretty standard stuff, and then every other few houses appear to be just standard sort of dwellings.
Do you gentlemen require anything from the general store?
No, I think I'm good for now. Stocked up with the food from the buffet, so we should be alright for a bit.
I'm alright.
I mean, once we get to Bass, that's a pretty big city. There's going to be a fair amount of stuff there.
I should be alright. After our last scuffle, I'm slightly low on bolts, you see, so I thought I might go in and purchase something.
Seems like as good a time as any. I suppose we don't know what we're going to run into with this interesting chap we're supposed to be meeting.
Yes, in the shadows, yes.
The shadows.
So where exactly is this place? You said the shadows is...
We need to go to Clitus Square.
Alright, maybe asking the shopkeeper if they know where that is. Where we're at.
Very good point, yes.
Shall we hop into the general store with you?
Yes, please.
I'm going around out here, see what's going on. I also lean against the wall, just kind of just look around and see what's going on.
Okay. Okay. You see just the constant stream of different travellers that all seem to be heading. You see a father with a young girl she's complaining that she's got too much luggage to carry by herself, and the father picks her up, hoists her up in one hand, and takes her small little bag and throws it over his shoulder with his very large knapsack by his side, and begins to trudge off. And it's a similar theme for a lot of the families that are heading towards the Skyport.
So the same direction.
Yeah, most of the crowd is heading that way. The only other type of patron that's heading away from the Skyport seems to be those that live. Yeah. It's by the time you finish breakfast, it's about 8:30 in the morning now. But a lot of people are making their way to the Skyport early, so you can only assume that even though they're not officially departing until 2 in the afternoon.
Get the best seat.
Yeah.
I'm probably standing outside with Zul, watching life happen around us.
Okay.
But I'm like, every time someone throws like a chamber pot out the window, I'm like, I turn to Zul and go, is this civilization? Is this what they call civilization?
I'm guessing this is your first time in a town as such.
What are they doing with their filth? It's running past us down the road.
Yeah, I bet these lot are not the most... I don't think they've got sewage just yet. I mean, back where I'm from, there are some places that are a bit like this, but the main part of the city is pretty clean. You're going to get in these small dwellings that are a bit further out, they haven't quite got up to scratch, shall I say.
Alright, well, again, you learn something new every day.
I mean, this is... Oh, we're busy. Trust me now. Calamus, where I'm from, that's busy. That's a massive city. Not this place, but much bigger. Bigger than thousands of people. People all kinds.
Well, thanks for the forewarning.
You hear it cry out, there you go.
Watch out down below!
And you see another load of sludge go onto the street and another chamber pot was thrown out of the window.
It's fucking disgusting! Wankers.
Stand over here, this is probably a better spot.
Alright,
Out of the splashdown.
The jingle of the doorbell into the Pickford's Knickknacks general store rings as you open the doorway itself. It's a humble little shop. There's various shelves that are littered with trinkets that you'd expect to find in a general store, and just behind that, propped on a little stool, you see a very cheeky looking halfling with a big beaming smile, and he looks over and goes,
hey, morning!
Good morning. I'm here to purchase some wares.
Well, good job you came to Pickford's Knickknacks.
I was just wondering, do you have any bolts for a crossbow? Brandish the crossbow.
Yeah, I think we got some, hang on.
He sort of hops off a little stool, and you can see as he hops off the stool, he sort of disappears behind the counter, and then you just see this little tuft of hair moving past the counter, and then as he comes around the corner, he's holding these bolts.
Here you go. How about these?
Perfect, thank you. I was just wondering if I could get those in another bolt case if you had one.
Another bolt case, yeah, sure. Hang on.
And he sort of walks back over it, again disappearing behind the counter, and this time you just see like a pair of boots that are just disappearing behind what you can only assume is the backstock.
I have a question.
Yeah, of course, go for it.
How much in gold are we supposed to have?
It would have been whatever you roll for your starting goal.
Ah, okay. Then I've probably already done that. That's fine.
So standard prices will be as they are in the player's handbook.
And they come in the bonus of 20 as in the...
Yes, that's right. Come with handbook. So for those of you at home, you can find this information in the Dungeons & Dragons Player's Handbook.
It's page 150.
Yeah, page 150. Available from all good stores now.
As I see him disappearing. Some small vials would be much appreciated.
And you hear him call back from the stock room.
Small vials, what sort? Like potions?
Yes, small potion vials would be perfect, with stoppers in the end. Do you have anything alchemist fire-ish? Or something along those lines?
Alchemy, let me see.
And he comes back out with he's got a few empty potion bottles.
Yeah.
And he waves them at you.
Didn't know if you meant some empty ones, is that right?
Empty ones, perfect. Thank you
Right,
very
there you
much.
go, have them. Alchemist, let me see. The only thing I've got is this here. This is poison.
Poison. Yeah. I just give it a look over, and then I'd like
You
to.
can view it with your eyes.
Okay.
It's poison after all, sir.
Can I see if it's a natural poison that I can make, or it is a magical poison? So it's
Yeah, sure. Give me say investigation.
11.
11. Yeah, you can see that the liquids. It doesn't have a netted glow as such as you'd expect magic properties. So you think it's a more of a natural poison.
Okay. Yes, I'll take it. Thank you very much.
I love you doing business with you.
And you exchange your coins.
Do you have any clothing?
He sort of looks over a bit startled.
Didn't hear you come in. Clothing.
Do you still have the illusion up, or is it actually?
Oh, that's stationary. It was quite literally floating in place.
So it's still there.
It's still on the tavern. If I bothered to concentrate on it, it's still there.
He kind of looks over to the floating fabric.
Oh yeah, I can see that you need some... Is that magic?
Yeah, it is an illusion.
Ah, okay. Yeah, let me see. And
He goes through some containers, like wooden containers that he has, and he pulls out a few really large tops. At least to him, you could probably make a parachute. But on you, it looks like it might be quite close enough snug fit. It's kind of like a very boring sort of beige.
how about this? Mister?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't normally keep stock in for people of your caliber.
I've noticed on the list there is clothes, costumes. I I'm willing to wear a costume.
Okay, so you're looking for a costume. He kind of bumbles through more of the crates, and then he pulls up this kind of very large chicken suit, and he holds it up and goes, I've not got much in stock. I've got this, and then he pulls up with his other hand. At this point, you just lose complete sight of him, and the other one just seems to be like a very long princess dress, but it looks like it was made for a man. So you can only imagine this might be theatre wear, etc.
Okay, I'm going to go with the princess dress.
Good choice. Good choice.
For the same cost, 5 gold?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Oh, sick, I got 69 gold.
Give me a
Princess check.
Investigation test.
Princess.
Okay, now everyone, hot or not? That's 14.
14. So just looking at this princess dress, you can see that it's obviously all the jewels and any diamonds that were on it are all fake. And they're all pretty much
It's just part of the ensemble.
fool's gold, most of it. So it's it's the deal you got is what you'd expect to pay. It's not.
I mean, it's a lot for just a shirt, but I'll take it.
But
Feels so regal.
So you can place the dress on.
Yeah, I've still got the rest of my clothes on. Just
Yeah, so now
putting this on top.
you're gonna have this on top. Okay.
As the bar poison comes over, the price tag swings around the corner, and I'm like, I slide 10 on the top for it, and then as I see this little bit of fluff fall off, and it's 100, and I'm like, and I just slide the potion back across the table, and then take the 10 back, and I'm like, thank you. I don't think it would quite suit my personality.
Yeah, he takes the bar back.
Yeah, the problem with potion is poison, and it's a bit of a problem because if you mishandle it, it's in the namesake, you're going to poison yourself.
Yeah, I'm a bit clumsy. Maybe something more in the throwing department instead of the drinking.
Maybe some darts or something?
Have you got any caltrops?
Let me have a look.
And he ruffles around in his in a bit of a stockroom and comes out with a little, and it's like just a little cotton bag.
These should suffice, yeah, there you go.
Perfect. Thank you very much, sir.
While they're in the shop, I'll be outside with my drunk, basically just pointing out stuff about the town to him, saying, lots of merchants going towards Skyport, I see.
That makes sense. So, this thing, it flies.
Oh, the airships, yeah, they fly.
Not sure how I feel about that just yet. But, I'll give anything a go once.
I'm getting the feeling this is your first time out in the big wide world.
Yeah. I've heard a lot about it. I wasn't aware that there'd be flying shits.
Oh, there'll be plenty of that, and flying ships as well while we're at it.
Well, yeah, it's a bit of an eye opener. Not gonna lie. But I think I'll be all right. Now that I know that there's so many people can fit into such a small place.
Oh, you wait till we get on the skyship. I imagine there's going to be pretty cramped.
Thanks for the forewarning. I shall steel myself.
Yeah, maybe get yourself a little pick me up just to be on the safe side.
Yeah. Can you get that in the general store? Do you reckon?
Worth a try.
I'll be right back. I go into the store.
Okay. So you see your companions currently picking up the rest of their gear.
Nice! Yes! I am here for it.
The princess dress.
Wonderful. Mwah. Yes. Right. I'm quite tempted to get one myself, but I won't. Good day, sir.
Good day.
Have you got some really strong alcohol?
Yeah, we got some. We keep a little bit, not much. What sort of how strong?
Spirits.
Spirits, let me have that.
Upwards of 40%.
You know, your best bet is probably to nip back in the tavern, to be honest, to get that stuff. I've got this. It's only 30%, but it might do. You can see it's a small little bottle of whiskey.
That's just to take the nerves off the flight.
Ah, you're travelling today, are you?
Yeah, never been.
You can have a whale of a time. It's an experience. Done it once, never done it again.
Do you want to do it again?
No.
Oh.
But you'll love it, I promise.
Oh, alright. Well, I'll take that. How much is that?
This is going to be working out 2 gold for this bottle.
Well, right, sure. That's bacon. That's black pudding. 2 very greasy gold coins. Sorry.
He holds his hand out again. Yeah, that's alright.
Oh, wait. That's better then.
Oh, lovely, yeah.
Sorry about that.
He takes the coins and stuff. He wants to chew it and test it, but at the same time, the greasiness of the coins is
I'll tell you what, you're not trustworthy.
It's only been next to some hash browns.
Oh, lovely. And he drops it into his till with a clatter of coins.
Thanks very much. Enjoy the flight. Good luck.
I'll try, thank you. And I'll wander back out and stand next to you. Got my bravery.
Alright, how much did you charge you for that?
2 gold.
What? You do realise you could have got out of the tavern for like 5 silver.
Did not know that. I did not know that.
Oh, never learn.
It's been a learning experience.
What about the rest of them? They're coming or they're going to be here all day?
I don't know.
Shopkeeper, I don't suppose you have a flask of oil?
That I can help you with. My good man.
And he pulled out this large flask of oil.
Lovely, that is exactly what I'm looking for. I'll take that off your hands, and possibly a bag of bulbarians as well, please.
He reaches under the counter again.
Yeah, here we go.
Oh, you have been
In the
most
same
useful.
sort of like brown knapsack.
Lovely, and that's all for me. Thank you very much, my friend. And Fenrir hands over 1 silver piece and 1 gold piece.
Okay. And you all head outside. Okay, so all the companions begin to walk towards the directions, I believe, that where you were told that Plytha's street was. In your princess dress.
I just clock in the princess dress and go. Okay.
Doesn't he look stunning? He looks amazing. Love it.
Oh, I'm not down there at all.
It just dawns on me that you're wearing it as we're walking, because I've been so fixed on buying all these little things. And we're walking down and I see it just out the corner of my eye and I'm like...
Beautiful shirt. Lovely, lovely. Truly resplendent.
Don't know how I've already got Lego mustard stick.
Despite not having eaten any mustard yet.
Yeah, just got mustard.
Well, at least we weren't losing in the crowd.
Yeah, this is true.
You continue down the street, and you make a turn to the right, and eventually you find yourself that you're on this Plytha street. After a few short more steps, you notice in one of the corners of the street, that's where the shadows seem to be. There's less people on this street, a lot less people in fact. This seems to be one of the offshots on the main street. So the street you were on before is pretty much the main street, and this is just kind of a cacophony of twists and turns to a very side street that's not tread so often.
This is more my speed.
I'd guess to say That was shadowy.
It is indeed a shadow area. How do we want to do this? Do we want to go together, or do we want to keep this a fairly quiet affair and just send a couple of people?
I think together.
Everyone?
Strafing numbers is probably a good idea.
Yes.
Let's keep our wits about us.
Yeah, and remember that we're going to be dealing, by the sounds of it, with a kind of untrustworthy character, so we don't want to draw too much
The only good
attention
thing
to
is it's the
ourselves.
middle of the day, so if anything does kick off, people are going to hear it.
Hopefully they won't try and kidnap the princess.
Yep. Alright, are we heading towards the shadowy area?
Okay, so you begin to head towards the shadowy area, and there in the corner of it's a shrouded canopy of the small little crooked building that's just nestled on the street. You spot a shrouded, thin humanoid. Getting closer, you can see little elven ears poking through a hood that's concealing the space. And you hear a voice call out. You looking to board the gypsy?
Yes, please. I don't have a ticket.
No ticket? Well, I might be able to help. Most around these parts call me Mr. Quinn. Let's say I work for some unscrupulous individuals who wish to remain, shall we say, anonymous. You want a ticket? Well, it just turns out I've got a job you can do for me in return. If you're willing to come to an arrangement.
What is job?
Well, you see, all these individuals that I can't speak about. I was tasked with procuring an artifact from one of their business rivals. It's a chest. You'll know it when you see it, trust me. Bring me that. And I'll have a ticket waiting for you. Only one, mind you. The bloody gold dust these tickets. How does that sound? Can you do that? I'll tell you where to go.
Well, we know that you're gonna actually have the ticket.
A thief's honour. And he sort of gestures over his heart across the head.
When he says that, my ears prick up, and something suddenly clicks into place in Nostrov's mind. He's like, and he kind of steps forward, and he goes, "This job, legit, yeah?" And he does something like adjusting his cloak, but while he does it, he moves his fingers in such a way, and in thieves' cant, it says, "Don't fuck us over," basically.
He smiles as you step forward, and you can see the smile from the hood. And he doesn't put it down, but he just pulls it over just enough that you see some of these very white strands hanging out the side of his face. And initially what you thought was elven ears, you now realised with a slight tinge of blue to his skin, this is actually a drow.
Okay.
Don't worry, little brain buddy. I'm not gonna fuck another one of my kind over. Yeah, this is legit. You get this. You make my people happy. I'll give you the ticket. And there might be more work. Bring it down the line for you.
I'm up for it.
What do you want to go to Bass for anyway?
Oh, I just want to ride on the big flying thing.
Someone looks over your princess dress. I'm sure you do.
So everybody keeps saying things like that to me.
It's because you look beautiful.
They're taken aback by your majesty. I'm going simply to see the land. Take maps, you see.
And the rest of you are doing this as well, or are you all...
Purely for the experience.
Yeah, I would say as a man in your line of business would probably understand that it's best if we know as little about each other as possible.
I can understand that, and I can appreciate that. Why? Well, if you head to Anchor Street, buy me the chest down there. It's in a warehouse. Might be guarded. You'll know which warehouse it is, because it's got two cleavers crossing each other. I've got one condition though to this. When you find the box, don't open it. If you open the chest, that's it, deal's off.
Alright then, Mr. Quinn.
And don't worry, I'll find you when the job's done.
Okay then, I think a deal's been struck. See you with your chest.
Nice doing business with you.
Moss Chops just does a sign that means respect.
Does it back to you as well. And then, with that, fades off into the shadows. Almost as if he was never there.
Ah, Moss Chops, he seems like your kind of guy.
Yeah, yeah. The reason I'm out here is to experience the world, but the person that kind of set me on my path got roots in that kind of world. Taught me a few things.
Well, in a dangerous world, there could be very valuable skills, Moss Chops, and it sounds like this job that we've acquired might be the kind of thing that we let you lead on.
Well,
Not to be the bearer of bad news, but this smells super dodgy to me.
oh, it is.
Oh, that's just me.
Brand new horse.
Lots of eggs.
As much as I completely agree with you, Zeal, at this point I don't think we've got too much of a choice.
And my guess is whatever's in that chest is worth way more than a ticket.
Yes.
But if we don't open it, maybe we never need to know.
Yes, once again, valid point made. Yeah, something uninspected is unknown.
And therefore doesn't give us any extra trouble on top of the potential trouble we're already walked into.
Yes, a man disappearing into the shadows is somewhat unsettling. So does anybody have any idea where this Anchor Street is?
I'm sure we won't pass somewhere that way. We'll find it.
Yeah, give me just a quick intelligence roll.
Well, I've got my background thing where I happen to know cities pretty well and kind of figure it out.
Okay, alright. And in that case,
I'll take advantage on that if that's alright.
Yeah, go for it.
14.
Okay, yeah. You know that you passed a street which was called Anchor Street, just literally probably two lefts. So if when you come to the main street, you took a series of lefts and rights, but yeah. So it's just back a little way. Okay, so you all head Anchor Street. As you step onto the street, you notice there seems to be a lot less villagers here. This seems to be mainly filled with workmen. This is a warehouse district, you gather. But there's a stiff smell of piss and overboiled stew that wafts up the street. A few curses can be heard overhead as workers load crates inside the abundance of warehouses that litter the street. And this seems to be the heart of industry, if you can say that, in Little Nook.
The true part of this town.
What would you like to do?
I'd quite like to see if I can see this building with the two hatches on top.
Okay, roll a perception test.
Can I as well?
Yeah, I'll say
Same
if
as
you
the
can
others?
both roll individually or you can roll as a group with advantage.
I have 12.
13.
6.
Okay. Rostrop. As the rest of you are scanning and looking for this location, it's like as you were kind of scanning up and down the street, walking back and forth, and there, just as if you've walked past it several times, but there just dawns on you. You see this nearby warehouse, cross cleavers, exactly as you were told to look for. The doors of the warehouse.
Fenrir's armour and just point at it.
Point over to the correct warehouse.
Good job, little friend.
The doors to the warehouse appear closed, so it's hard to estimate who or what might be residing inside. And the five of you step towards the warehouse, not knowing what your fates might be inside. And that's where we'll hold tonight's episode.
Very nice. Very nice.
Alright, it's time to commit some crimes.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Only I understood the situation that was going on because no one decided to tell me we're going to commit some crimes.
Yeah,
Context.
I mean, it's a strange, ghastly lot and a lovely princess dress.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am going to do so bad at all this sneaking.
Yeah.
You want to stand at the front
Well,
and
maybe
distract
you're
them.
going to be a
Yeah, I
distraction.
was going to say, use that to our advantage.
Wait, that would be even better.
Norm, can you just skip up the street, please?
I'll do one better.
Could you just violently throw up down the street, please?
Hello! Thanks for watching the first episode of Channel Devonity. We hope you enjoyed it.
See you next time.
And don't forget to subscribe. Pow, 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 pow.
Keep it. Keep it.